What's going on? Back with the Boxing Clinic and more. I know people have been talking about, Mikey Garcia and, his camp been talking up about an Errol Spence clash in December at Cowboy Stadium. I didn't think he was that effective at 140, and it's hard for me to believe that he can go up to 147. But his options obviously indicate that he may have to just to get the type of big fight and become the pay-per-view star that he wants to transition into. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We still working, still grinding, back on the boxing grind. But yeah, man, I think Mikey should consider fighting Keith Thurman, first, or should consider fighting a Danny Garcia, Sean Porter winner first if he has the opportunity. I know Errol is promised to get the winner through the Showtime and Premier Boxing Champion brass. He's already assured that the winner will have to face him next. But if that's the case, if I'm Mikey and if I beat Robert Easter Jr., which 99.9% of people in the boxing community believe he will knock Robert Easter Jr. into the dirt, and Keith Thurman does come back to September 8th, if I'm Mikey Garcia, I'm trying to go ahead and face Keith Thurman. After Keith Thurman get a tune-up, I want to face Keith Thurman first. And I think with Keith Thurman having a shoulder injury, being out the loop a little bit longer, I think that's a more winnable fight for him. Even though I think the style could be a little bit harder for Mikey Garcia because Keith is such a fleet-of-foot athlete. But at the end of the day, you could score. Keith Thurman still could be injured. He still be out the loop and everything. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman is probably the right for pickings, that actual fight that you can get. Because I say that because if Danny Garcia and Sean Porter winner really got to fight Errol Spence next, I mean, you really want to fight Errol and you believe you're going to be the truth at 147, especially without taking a tune-up, why not come back versus a guy Keith Thurman who fought once in 2016, once in 2017, and trying to come back in 2018. If you can get him to come back in December, which is more than unlikely, though. Keith Thurman probably only going to fight once this year and twice next year again. If that's his goal, he probably ain't gonna fight once next year again. But you getting a guy that's rusty. And I think Mikey and Keith Thurman will be the fight. But obviously, right now, Errol Spence is the hot name. And I understand what Mikey is saying. It's kind of like the Conor McGregor thing. All right, Conor McGregor, you're gonna come into boxing. If you're gonna cross over to boxing, you're just not gonna come fight a Errol Spence or Adrian Broner or a Kovalev or Triple G or guys like that. You want to fight the best guy in boxing. If you're going to cross over, you want to make the most money. You want to fight the transcendent star of boxing. You want to fight the guy that's ultimately synonymous with the sport of boxing. That's Floyd Mayweather. That's who you want to fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come to boxing to fight one of the guys or a lower level guy or tune up. You want to come over, get the bag, the money bags, money grams, and get on the hell out. And I understand what Mikey Garcia want to do. He want to go for the guy. He want to go for the boogeyman at Errol Spence at 147. You want to go for the guy that everybody really recognizes as the top welterweight. I'm not talking about Dougie Fisher and Lil Stevie Kim and Kevin Iole and guys of that nature. You want to go for the people's welterweight champ. And the people's welterweight champ is Errol Spence. Universally recognized by anybody that know anything about boxing. He's the top 147 pounder. Crawford is coming, but while Keith Thurman is on that BS, that's what it is. And I understand Mikey Garcia's method to his madness. You want to go for the top guy, and also stylistically wise for him, he feels like Errol Spence is the easiest. As far as Keith and Terrence and Errol, because Errol comes right at you. He right in front of you. And he comes to you, and Mikey thinks he can outbox Errol. Mikey thinks he can use his feet, use his technique and his fundamentals. But when you moving up in weight like that, either you got to be like Roberto Duran, and when you put on the extra weight and we jump 2 weight classes, your skills really going to pay the bills, but you physically stronger. You got to have that body tape. And when Mikey Garcia moved up to 140 pounds, I didn't see that versus Broner. I was unimpressed by his performance versus Broner. I was really more unimpressed by his performance versus Sergey Lipinets, the guy with 12 or 13 fights, which I told people Sergey Lipinets was going to get him a hell of a fight. I told people that. And the only reason that Lipinets ended up losing to Mikey because of his footwork and lack of experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it boiled down to. Mikey Garcia didn't look good at 140. He wasn't explosive. He was sluggish. He was slow. I mean, his technique and fundamentals and IQ carried him through. But if he was going up another weight class, another 7 pounds, You know, that's 12 pounds that he gonna move up again versus the guy that's already physically big for 147. I mean, once you move up like that, you gotta have a superior skill set and some athletic ability, or you're gonna be strong and you've been sweating down and weakening yourself to get down to a lighter weight class. But you gotta have some type of speed or some type of athletic ability. And Mikey Garcia is an inferior athlete. You know, he don't have no fast hands. His feet ain't fast. You know, he ain't slick. He's just fundamentally sound. And fundamentals can take you a long way, but you got to have some type of power, some type of speed, or some type of elusiveness, or you got to just be the exception to the rule. And I don't think Mikey Garcia is none of that. You know, I don't think it's none. I think Sean Porter and Errol Spence is a terrible style for Mikey to come up. And I think Keith Thurman is as well. Danny might be the best style for Mikey Garcia out of these guys in this picture. Other than Mikey, obviously. I think Danny Garcia is probably the best for him, because Danny is a guy that he's strong, but he ain't the fastest. He ain't the quickest. You know what I'm saying? But he's just steady. And it's somebody that Mikey already been acquainted to in the amateurs and beat. Even though this is definitely a different ball game, because Danny Garcia's left hook without headgear and smaller gloves on is an issue. You know, but like I said, I think it's a death wish for Errol Spence. But obviously he knows what he's doing. But if I was him, I would try to go for Danny Garcia if he beat Sean Porter, or just that winner. I would try to get Keith Thurman before he got back in the rhythm, before I got Errol Spence. But maybe he believing in himself. But, you know, I ain't no fool, man. I just believe it when I see it. But I think, I think he got a death wish going against Errol Spence right now. But like I said, you supposed to believe in yourself. You know, you want to prove the naysayers wrong, but it's the Boxing Clinic and more. Just chopping up some boxing talk. And don't forget, me, the Cali Enigma, Colossal Sports TV, got a new college sports page, S1210 College Sports Most Wanted. The link is in the description. Please go over there and subscribe. I appreciate everybody that did subscribe, and please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Great way to support the page. If you can't donate, the donation link for the PayPal link is there in the description, as well as my links to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you got any business ventures or collaborations, my email is for business only. If you got a question, DM me at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and check out some of the work we do there. All those stuff and links or emails are in the description. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live as well. And don't forget to share the videos. I appreciate everybody for sharing the videos, man. And some funny business going on here with my notifications and stuff. But hopefully it get it together, man. I'm gonna go ahead and hit up YouTube. But we go.